it's September. And for my garden, that means the end of one campaign and the beginning of another. After a long, dry summer, the weather has finally broken. The change is decisive. Growth here is slowing right down, and you can see the decay starting to set in. The mission now isn't about expansion, it's about consolidation. Of preparing this ground for the long, cold season ahead. Nowhere is the end of the summer campaign more apparent than here. For months, these sunflowers have dominated this corner of my garden, a symbol of high summer. But their time is over. The heads are heavy, bowed by the weight of seed and rain. They now represent the first strategic decision of the autumn. A question that has to be answered. Do they come down, their resources harvested for the winter ahead? Or are they left to stand, a monument to the season that once was? Our first objective is this bed here, the Sweetcorn. The summer's late campaign, well, it hasn't been a complete success. Maybe I planted out a little too late. Maybe I'm worrying for nothing, but I'll open up a husk to see what we've got. No, that's not good enough. I've made a decision. Time to cut my losses. And get the ground cleared. At least the ladies will be happy with some warm winter treats. Next to the bed, another task. Timber for a winter building project. It needs a coat of Creocoat to protect it. A job that's best done in warm, dry weather. It's September, and the weather is on and off rain and shine. But this wood still has to be protected, regardless. I've got no other option, nowhere to store it. So unfortunately, this job just has to get done. Okay, that will do for the moment. Moving back up the garden, an unexpected but hopefully positive development. The French beans. And yet now, with the season almost over, they've rallied. New flowers, new pods, a late and frankly defiant counterattack. The hope now is that they continue flowering and producing for some time to come. Evidence of work already underway. Plant material pulled from the polytunnel. A reminder that the main job is still ahead. The polytunnel itself. The last of the summer crops have to come out. This means these two unloved cucumber plants, they've done their job well and are still fruiting. But it's time to make space. However, I'm going to leave these sweet pepper plants in until finished. None of this is waste though, it's all a resource. It's taken to the compost area. But before I show you that, I'll show you the results of last year's effort. A dumpy bag of sieved finished compost, ready to use. Now that's been harvested, it's time for the new raw material to be added to the active heap. Fuel for the next generation. With the summer crops removed, this ground is now ready for its next mission. The objective here is to establish crops that will grow through the winter, providing a harvest in the leanest months. The first step is to prepare the soil. A thin layer of the finished compost is laid down. It's plenty enough, and all that's needed for the carrots, lettuce and cabbages that will fill the ground over winter. Starting with some last chance cabbages, I suppose I'd best start getting it all in. These hardy cabbages will grow slowly through the coldest months, ready for an early spring harvest. And hopefully slow me down next year, when I'm over eager to plant out my young summer crops. Then I can continue with some carrots. And then finally, some lettuce. The work here isn't just for now, it's for the future. I've already got some young carrots already germinated in pots. A little head start. And new lettuce, sown in module trays, to make sure there's a continuous supply through the colder months for both us and the chickens. The polytunnel operation is complete. But the preparations for winter continue on other fronts. Corrugated roofing sheets, another key component for the Chicken Run project. That's an operation to be documented in a future dispatch, so be sure to subscribe for that. Finally, a check on the chickens. The work done today, the clearing, the planting, the preparation, is all to ensure this small part of the world remains productive and protected through the winter. So what strategic decisions are you making in your own gardens this month? Report your progress in the comments below. And if you found this dispatch useful, a like is always appreciated. And to follow this campaign and see how that Chicken Run roof turns out, make sure you're subscribed. Now, there's one final piece of business to conclude. The sunflower question. A close inspection shows the seeds are plump, fully developed. The objective has been met. The first step is to release it from its supports. But the plant's structural integrity had failed. The campaign for this one was over, which meant its neighbour's fate was also sealed. The job had to be completed. The plan was for a simple, clean cut. But the stalk was too thick, and the shears too old and rusty. A change of tactic was required, a controlled fall, rather than a cut. With the plant safely on the ground, the head could be harvested. The seeds will become winter rations for the local birds and treats for the chickens. A few of the best will be held in reserve, saved for next year's campaign. The cycle is complete. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this month's update. Remember, I make these for my own use as a form of garden diary, but try to make it enjoyable for anyone else who may be watching. I'm no expert at what I do, but enjoy the learning process of the garden and making videos to share my journey. So, with that said, I hope to see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and TTFN.